This is chapter 11b on square roots and cube roots. In this chapter, you will learn to find roots using factors and prime factors. And you will also use guess and check, trial and improvement to approximate roots. So first of all, we need to understand what roots are. And we are going to use factors and prime factors. So in A, you can simply just take a look at it and understand what the square root of 100 is, because roots are basically finding the opposite of a powers. For example, 10 squared is 100, so the square root of 100 is 10. So they are basically flip-flopping back and forth between each other. They're opposites of each other. So we can look at what square root of 100 and know that the answer is just plain 10. But you can also break this apart so that you can figure it out. So we can break this apart into its prime factors. 2 times 5 and 2 times 5, because 2 times 5 and 2 times 5 make 10 times 10. Because I see a set of 2's, I'm going to pull a 2 out. Because I see a set of 5's, I'm pulling a 5 out. Then 2 times 5 simply just makes 10. So therefore, the square root of 100 is 10. So that's another way to do it. Another way to think about it is asking yourself, what two numbers that are exactly the same multiply to make 100? 2 times 50. No, they're not the same. 10 times 10. It's 10. So at this time, pause and do B. So if you just looked at 900 and you automatically knew, you probably got the answer of 30, because 30 times 30 makes 900. If you were to break it apart using prime factors, 900 would be broken apart into 9 times 100. If we broke that apart further, it would be 3 times 3 times 5 times 5 times 2 times 2. And again, here's 1, 3. Here's a 5. Here's a 2. So 3 times 5 times 2, that happens to make 30. So that the square root of 900 is just plain 30. Now, C and D, it's the same thing. It's just you have to do the root for the top and the root for the bottom. This is the same thing as saying, what is the square root of 16 and what is the square root of 400? So at this time, pause the video and try to complete C and D. Okay, so the square root of 16 is 4. The square root of 400 is 20. And you can simplify this down into 1/5. In the second one, the square root of 64 over the square root of 100. The square root of 64 is 8, because 8 times 8 makes 64, over 10, which you can simplify down into 4/5. So now we're going to go ahead and do the same thing, breaking it down into their prime factors, as these numbers are a little more complicated. So with 144, if we break this apart, we know it's the same thing as saying 2 times 72. Break that apart further, it's 2 times 6 times 12. Break that apart further, 2 times 3 times 2 times 3 times 4, which is just 2 times 2. Okay, and then extract the pairs. So here's one set, take it out, 2. Here's another set, take it out, 3. Here's another set. Take it out, 2. Multiply together, that happens to make 12. And yes, that's true. The square root of 144 is 12 because 12 times 12 makes 144. So at this time, pause and do B, C, D. Now the next one, you could have broken it down to 2 times 2 times 8 times 8. And I could go into its prime factors even further, but I already see 2 pairs. I see a 2 and I see an 8. So therefore the square root of 256 is 16 because 2 times 8 is 16. In the next one, I break it apart from 2 times 162 and further into 2 times 81 and further into 9 times 9. So here's one pair, 2, here's one pair, 9 together. This makes 18. So the square root of 324 is equal to 18. So I break it apart from 2 times 98 to 2 times 2 times 49 to 2 times 2 times 7 times 7. Take out the 2, take out the 7. 2 times 7 makes 14. So the square root of 196 is 14. Now, we have to use trial improvement to approximate roots. So, for example, in 15, I know that 3 squared makes 9 and 4 squared makes 16. I want the square root of 15. So clearly my answer has to be somewhere in the middle of 3 and 4. Now, because the 15 is closer to the 16, I would approximate and take a guess that maybe my answer might be something like 4.8. Now I'm going to go ahead and check. My error, I did not mean 4.8. I actually meant 3.8 because I needed to be between 3 and 4. So if I do 3.8 squared, I get 14.44. It's under 15, so I would try 3.9 squared, and I result in 15.21. So clearly it has to be somewhere in between 3.8 and 3.9. Now, depending if the problem's asking for 1 decimal place or 2, you'll probably end up going into 3.81, 3.82, 3.83, until finally you hit something close to 15, but not quite going over. However, if it asks for an answer to 1 decimal place, you can say that the answer is approximately 3.9. So at this time, pause and do B and C. And the answer for the square root of 101 is approximately 10.04. Because if you say it's approximately 10, you're basically saying that 10 times 10 is 100, so you want it to be a little bit more than 10. And that's it.